History is filled with fallen cities, but only one was uprooted from its foundations, hoisted into the heavens, then flipped upside down and smashed back into the earth. This is no myth. This is the true story of the city of Sodom and the sin that demanded a horrifying divine punishment. Our story begins in Sodom, a city that stood in a fertile valley, a city that was swimming in wealth and prosperity, but at the same time was drowning in the shadows of its forbidden desires. Its people practiced an obscenity never before seen, and they flaunted it openly. And to this city, God sent his prophet Lot. Lot lived among them, and with patience and wisdom he began his call. He pleaded with them, saying, "My people, will you not fear God? You have indulged in shameful acts no one in history has committed before you. You have abandoned the very nature upon which you were created, and have transgressed all bounds." But they would only respond with mockery and threats. "Expel this man and his family. They pretend to be pure, and their righteousness offends us." They saw purity as a flaw. For years, Lot stood alone, a beacon of morality in a sea of corruption, praying to his Lord for victory over a people lost to depravity. Then, on one fateful night, strange visitors arrived at his home, 2 young men of stunning beauty. Lot did not know they were heavenly beings, and he feared for them from the people of the city. Soon the news spread, and the men of Sodom rushed to Lot's house, demanding his guests. Lot stood at his door, begging them to leave his guests alone, but they were blind to everything but their lust. At the very moment they were about to break down the door, the visitors revealed their true identity, saying, "Fear not, Lot. We are messengers from your Lord. Rest assured, this mob will not harm you." In the blink of an eye, the aggressors were struck blind. The time for judgment had come. The heavenly visitors gave Lot his final instructions, and with them, a crucial warning. "Leave you and your family in the dead of night, and let none of you look back." Lot fled in the darkness of night with his daughters and his wife. And when the sun rose, the decisive command of God was issued. The angel Gabriel descended, and with the tip of his mighty wing, he tore the cities of Sodom and its surroundings from their very roots. He hoisted them high into the sky, so high the inhabitants of heaven could hear their roosters crowing, then plunged them downwards, flipped upside down, making the highest their lowest. At the same time, the sky rained down upon them stones of fiery clay. Nothing remained of that civilization but ruins and a dead lake. Lot and his followers had escaped, but there was one person who could not resist the pull of their old life. One person who broke the rule. It was his wife, who looked back and met the same fate as her people, perishing with the damned. And so, the story of Lot is not merely a tale of destruction, it is a message of courage. In our next story, we will tell the tale of a young prophet, blessed with beauty beyond description, whose father, the prophet Jacob, loved him dearly. This love, along with a mysterious dream he had, ignited the fire of jealousy in his brothers' hearts, a jealousy that pushed them to cast him, alone, into a deep well. They had no idea that by throwing him into the darkness, they were in fact sparking a legendary journey that would change the destiny of an entire nation. Before we conclude, we would like to share an important note. All scenes and characters in this video were generated using artificial intelligence. We believe, out of our deep respect, that sacred figures such as prophets and angels cannot and should not be personified or depicted. Therefore, We use these tools as an artistic medium to bring the story closer to hearts and minds, and to help you imagine the greatness of the events, while fully preserving the sanctity of these figures. If you are interested in the stories of the prophets and stories from the Quran, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to get all new updates.